Welcome to Cartomancy Mesquite. I'm Angela, and welcome to Mercury retrograde. I've been having fun trying to get my camera and my microphone to work, so we'll see how things go today. Anyway, as the title says, we're learning how to read playing cards. And today I thought I would show you a couple more spreads that you can do with the playing cards that'll give you a little bit different information or show you what's coming up in a different light. Now, if you're wanting to find out just what the energy of the day is, you can, oh, hi, Andrea. I'm showing what I'm presenting today is different spreads that you can use. Small spreads that'll show you, more of a bit of your life in a quick order so that, you can get the feeling for the day. And first, I'm going to show you the 3-card spread. And when I do that, I, as always, I shuffle my deck and then I cut it. I'll cut the deck. I'll lay it on the table, cut it 3 times into 3 piles towards me with my left hand. And this is your 3 cards for the day. This will show you what your energy of the day is. And there's a fair married woman that's got something to do with it, my day today, in my home. And I'm going to be giving her news about something. So there's something that I need to tell her. And I'll figure that out when she shows up at the door. And that's normally what your 3-card spread is right there. It shows you 3. 3 items. It's usually a person and something about what's going on with that person. Now, you can also do a 5-card spread. And let you take 3 off the top as usual. And lay down 1. Then you take 3 more off and lay down another. Then you take the 3 off, lay down another. And so on until you have 5 cards laid down. Now, what I've got here, the middle card, which is my middle card here. Hi, Jane. My middle card is someone's not working. That's usually me because I'm retired. But that's the pivot of the 5-card reading. That's what the central theme is. Somebody's not working. Now, first I have a loss, which could be anything, I lose something every day. You misplace things. It's not necessarily a big loss, and you can find that out from reading the rest of the cards. Now, this card, the 8 of Spades, is drinking and drugs. I always have a little bit of bourbon in my tea at night before I go to bed. So this is going to be happening at nighttime tonight. There's going to be a little bit of a loss. And of course, I'm not working. See here, you can see the loss is here, then drinking, then not working. And then I get that someone else is worried about a death, because here's the death right here. The 4 of Spades is someone else is worried because it's in reverse. They're worried about a death. So I'm going to get a call probably kind of late tonight that'll bring that to light. And it's probably going to be that fair woman that I saw in the 3-card spread that I first did. And that'll give you a layout of an event that's going to happen. Andrea, I think this might help you a lot, to be honest with you, if you could read these. And I think I might start doing you a little spread since you're going through a bit with your move. But those are 2 really quick, easy spreads. And I'll do them over again one more time because I started a little earlier than you guys were here. So The first, I clear my cards by flicking them 3 times. That clears them. And then I shuffle. And basically, I'm just asking, what is my day going to be like? Or what's the day going to bring? And then with my left hand, I cut the cards into 3 piles. And at the bottom of each pile, I read that. And there's that news again. I'm getting news from someone. They're going to be in a minor quarrel with someone else. But they're going to be successful. So whatever they're arguing about, they're going to win that argument. Apparently, they're in the right place. And they're in the right in this situation. So that's a 3-card pull just for the energy right at the moment. That's a good, easy 3 cards right then. You don't have to do any more if you don't want to. And then I'll pick 5 cards. And I start with the top, off the top. I'll pull 1, 2, 3, lay those down off to the side. And then I'll pick the 4th card and lay that down. That's my first card. Then I'll pull off 3, lay those down. And that's part of my reading. And then 1, 2, 3. This is the 3rd and central card to the reading. This is just a 5-card pull. This is the 4th card. I'm going to have to learn how to do this with 2 cameras. And this is the last card. And that's my next door neighbor. That is exactly how familiar you can get with people being in your cards. You can just look at it, and I already know that there I have it. That's Glenn next door. Your life path 5. Yeah. It's not only lost, the life path 5 is kind of chaotic if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, so let's read these 5 cards and see what's going to come up. Okay, first I have a child that's going to be involved. There's the first thing, the whole thing is going to be about a child. And a divorced woman is going to bring this up in conversation. She's going to be talking about a child. And she's going to be involved with someone else's marriage. So this doesn't sound like good stuff. So it's all, this is the 3rd card. So it's the center of the reading. It's the central theme of the reading. And that's someone else's marriage. Then, of course, we've got the news again. She's going to bring me news about it. And Glenn, he's going to be involved somehow. He's probably the one going to be talking about all this. And I would imagine he's going to end up showing up at my door, or I'll end up going over to his house. He usually calls me and says, I've just made a pot of tea. He's really fun. He's a decent guy. He was a MAGA. He's not anymore. That's my fault. I broke a MAGA. So, but that's how you can get a 5-card spread on what's going to happen here. And you can do this for yourself, and it doesn't take much time. So what we've got, I can hardly see these. There's a child, a divorced woman, someone else's marriage. So somebody's been talking to Glenn, feeding him a bit of news. There's that news. And then there's Glenn. So Glenn's going to want to talk over a pot of tea today. I'll see him later on. Yes, I am breaking MAGA energy. And and it's very easy how I'm doing it. I just be me. When one of them asks me something, I tell them the truth. And I also tell them, that they can verify it. Go ahead, go Google it and look at the information. And if the specific information, if I know about it immediately, I'll be able to tell them a website or a news article they can go to double check it. And that's all I do. Other than that, I just be me. I'm nice, I'm pleasant, at least most of the time. And that's how you break a MAGA. Just the truth, and being kind and gentle and your normal self. Being cheerful also breaks them. Because if you think about it, on all of their news channels, it's all fear, fear, fear. Well, if you're happy and pleasant when you're talking to them, and all they can think about is all this fear they're being fed, it starts to make them wonder what's really going on. It really does. It's fun. I enjoy breaking MAGAs, and I even do it in the grocery store. Yep. Okay, so those are two really quick readings you can do. Yes, Andrea, you are correct. Yep. So is his bird and his cat. Yeah, his bird Milo loves my spaghetti. He calls it good. He has a parrot, and every time I walk in the door, he says, good, good. You're waiting for my spaghetti. He's a little bit of a character. But those are two easy spreads. We can go much deeper into the spreads. And if any of you read tarot, any tarot spread you could use with these also. But you keep in mind, these are not as, these are more detailed than tarot cards. There's not a lot of range of interpretation. The only way the range comes in is how they affect each other, each of the cards. But you can do any tarot spread with these and still get a good reading and a more extensive reading. These also relate quite nicely to the Lenormand spreads. And if you have Lenormand cards or you read them, you'll notice that they have the markings for the playing cards on them. Most of them do. The Lenormand decks that I have the playing card markings on them. So you can use them, in those type of readings. You can set a reading out like that. And these are get even more to the bone than Lenormand does. Okay, Jane, let me get what you're saying here. Okay. I was going to say, feels very Lenormand to me. Yep. Yeah, they're very Lenormandy, but these are go more to the bone of the details. It gets really more specific than Lenormand. So it's a little bit more. You get more where you can tell which person in your life. Where in the Lenormand you can see the main woman, the main man, and then a couple other people, but you don't know exactly who those people are. With your playing cards, once you've used them for a little while, you know exactly who these people are when they show up in your cards. Yeah, Kipper is also similar. And Jane, I do have the Kipper Lenormand combo. I do have those cards. And I use those too. Andrea, I don't get dressed up for Glenn. We like to be comfortable. We relax. I'm dressed up for the show today here and for a Zoom meeting I have right after the show, which is why I'm on a little earlier than normal, because I've got a Zoom meeting. So I've got a day full. I've got a weekend full, actually. I'm going to be doing Oracle Garden readings with Diana, Wonder Woman. Going to be doing those with her tomorrow, and I'm going to be meeting Sherry at in Dallas, along with Aiden and a couple other readers. So we'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, I am ready. You're right. Glenn's going to get the polished version today. Yep. But you can do the Celtic Cross. You can do a time spread where you lay the cards out and you just read them. Okay, you've all probably seen Marie with Marie's table. You can lay them out like that and read them too. Thank you, Jane. Okay, does anybody have any questions? Because I know I've thrown a lot of detail at you pretty fast in the couple of shows that I've gone through. Yeah, Jane, you can do that with these too. It works pretty much the same. And I've been starting to pick up on her numerology and adding that into my readings. Marie does a good job with the numerology in the readings, where I haven't used that much because I just have my, down pat details, like, the 4 of clubs is around, you're going to be around water. I've been using just my definitions of the cards. So Marie kind of got me into adding a little bit of numerology into it. If I can't figure out what the cards are saying, I'll go look at the numerology too. And that kind of helps. You're on a lake. Of course. I like that. But, you can use any Lenormand spread, any tarot spread, and you can use the 13 card. How do the cards actually lay down? Okay, I've done that on other shows, but let me see if I can rearrange my camera. This is a little dangerous. I've had camera and microphone issues for a couple of days, but let me see if I can get this down to where I can show you my table. Okay, here we go. Okay. Here's how you do the 3 card. You cut it into 3 stacks with your left hand going toward you. And then you read them one at a time as they come up. That's the wish card and a yes. Although I didn't ask a question about something someone thinks a lot of me. I'm going to get my wish or my yes from someone who thinks a lot of me. And it happens to be a child. Now I know who that is just from the other cards. It's my grandson, Noah. Hi, Gerald. Good to see you. This is my grandson, Noah, because he's going to be happy. I'm going to take him a rock over later today. I give him rocks all the time. He's a rock hound like I am. But that's how you do your 3 cards. And then how you do the 5 is you pull 3 off the top. Then you lay down 1. That's your first card. Take 3 more. Lay them aside. There's your second. 3. There you go. 4, and 5. And that's how you lay your cards out. And I'm going to find out something. Oh, I'm going to be in someone else's home. I'm going to be visiting someone, and they're going to want to borrow money. That's not all that unusual. And then someone's going to be sick. And I'm going to get a text, a letter, an email, some kind of communication that way. It won't be a phone call. It'll probably be my daughter texting me to go, and the borrowing money is, she's going to want me to go pick up her prescriptions. I can tell you exactly what this is just because I've read my cards for me so long. That's going to be my daughter. She's going to tell me to pick up her prescriptions, and the borrowing money is because I'm just going to run up there, pay for it, take them over to her, and then she'll give me the money back. And that's the way it works. But that's how detailed you can get with this. I know exactly what this means. So once you really get in the hang of these cards and how to read them, you really know the details. And this is quite a normal thing. This happens about every other month. She gets me to go pick up her prescriptions because I'll be going to pick up mine and I'll get hers at the same time. And it really is that detailed. Now the middle card is at her home, of course. See how it's marked? It's the 10 of hearts in reverse. That's someone else's home. So that's how I know I'll be going to her house, taking the prescriptions to her. Yep. And that's how detailed you can get on what you're reading for yourself. So I know that pretty soon, in fact, I can tell you that it's going to be within the next week that I'll be going to pick up the prescriptions. It's quite that detailed. And you'll know what's going on after you start reading your cards. If you do it every day for a good while, I would say for about a month, then you'll start to notice who people are, what situations are. Okay. How would I read for someone else? Well, it's really pretty simple. If I laid these cards out for someone else, I'd say they were going to find out, because it's upright, it's for that person. It's for the person you're reading for. Now, these two are in reverse, so that's going to apply to someone else in their life. This is in reverse, the 7 of clubs. That's in reverse. That's for someone else in their life. And then the Ace of Hearts, that's the letter, text, email. That's for the person you're reading for. Okay. Let's see. Okay, your energy for the weekend. Okay. Let's reset them. Okay. There's going to be a discussion about someone having surgery, It's someone else. It's not you. Well, no, this may be you. I'm sorry. The doctor's down here, surgery's up here. So it's a discussion about a surgery. Someone's going to be giving you news about it. I would imagine you're going to hear from a doctor's office or something like that. And the person that's going to talk to you is going to be a dark young man, 20s, 30s, around that age. Now I'm going to do 5 cards for you. Okay. First off, we have you shedding tears. Now, if you're like me, when you get really PO'd, you either scream, cuss, and carry on, or you cry when you get really angry. I think we discussed this earlier. Then there's your car in question. There's something about your car. I would imagine it's your deal with getting the car in and out that's going to be the problem. And you're going to end up telling a little white lie about something. You know, kind of like whenever somebody asks you, do these pants make me look fat? And you go, oh, no. When really they do. And someone's going to get their wish. And it's a yes card. So someone's going to get their wish. And that person is going to go out of town. So you've got somebody going out of town. They're going to get their wish about going out of town. You're going to be shedding tears. Your car's going to be in question. And you're going to tell a little white lie. I would say it's about the discussion that we had yesterday. Was it yesterday or last night? I don't remember. My days have been so busy lately. But it all has to do with that situation that you're dealing with your move. And I don't see anything bad here. You already know about the surgery, and it's not, for me, it's a really simple little surgery. Oh, hello, Jules. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. But this has to do with what we were discussing in our conversation, and that tells you what's going on here. Yes, our discussion on the phone. So that's a really detailed reading on what's going on around you and what's happening. And all of this is it's going to go through the weekend, and probably you'll hear about most of it by Monday. You'll have it all in hand by Monday from this reading. So, you know, a lot's going to get settled by Monday, which is really good. I'm glad to hear that for you. Yep. So that's a quick and short reading. And that'll tell you what your day or weekend or the energy around it is. And it does give a lot of detail on timing. You can tell by the reading if when you get to the point where you know you can identify the people, you can identify the situation. It's really quick, slick, and really detailed. It's the nuts and bolts. It's no interpretation, so far as like oracle cards or the tarot cards, where you have to kind of figure out if, say, the page, it can be a message or it can be a person. With these cards, when you're reading the playing cards, the face cards are all people. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're all people. Yes, Jules. It is gypsy card style. Yeah. And actually, it is really gypsy card style. This is an old method. I haven't seen anyone else do this the way I do. I found nothing that even comes close to it. Okay, if it would show rain stopping, sure. Let me find the Two of Clubs, which is your question card. This is a yes or no. There. Okay. All right. For Andrea, is the rain going to stop? You're going to go to someone else's home. That just flipped out. You're going to be in company, and a young man is going to bring you some news. Maybe that's one of those angels we were talking about. Is the rain going to stop? Yes, actually it is. Not as fast as you would like it to, but it is going to stop soon. And that's how you answer that. Okay, you're going to have a doctor's appointment. It's close at hand. You're going to experience a loss going to this doctor's appointment. And you've got two jacks here, which could be a man in uniform, but not really. Maybe a little argument with somebody in parking. They want to charge you more than you're supposed to pay. That kind of little thing. It's not a big thing. But your doctor's appointment is close at hand, and there'll be a small loss at that time. But the rain is going to stop soon. Okay. Let me catch up with some of the questions here. Would it be a good idea to have a couple of decks, certain ones dedicated to an individual? Yeah, I keep a deck specifically for me. I have my personal deck, and then I have a deck that I use to read for others. So, yeah, you do keep extra decks. And I have one deck that is both reading cards, the playing cards, and tarot cards in the same deck. Because sometimes I like to have those pictures to give me a little more meaning, because I could work the tarot pictures in here too, as well as reading the playing cards. Okay, let's see what else we have. I like that. That's good. There we go. Okay, are there any more questions? These are just the simple, quick, during your day readings that you can do. And then I guess I could go ahead and do a full reading for myself and show you again what a full reading is. Can they see disasters? Yeah, because you have different cards like the death card. You got the death card, you've got going out of town, borrowing money, cars breaking down, tears, traveling over water, jealousy, marriages, divorces, people losing their jobs, drinking and drugs. Yep. They can see a lot of disasters coming. While it doesn't have a tower card, you still get to get the notion of it. You know, if you get a lot of the darker energy cards, you know, the ones that have a darker theme to them, yeah, it'll bring stuff up like that. Okay. Now I'm going to do what I do for my daily spread. And it can actually go out to a year. But once you read them for yourself for so long, generally those things happen pretty quick as opposed to going out for a full year. Loss of ability to pack, carry when I'm trying to pack. Yeah, a little bit of a loss could be on that. Since you're going to be getting a small surgery, yeah, that's going to be, yeah. It's all in the timing and how well things go for you, you know, how well they turn out. For me, the kind of surgery you're going to get, I kind of just blow that off. Me and Gerald had a discussion about me and surgery. I don't think he believes in my idea of small surgeries. Okay, this is where it gives you an idea of timing in this reading. Yes, me and surgeries, Gerald. And guess what? Surgery. Yes, multiple surgeries, Gerald. 3 of them in my lower jaw and more to come. And I'm not going to see someone for a long while. And that person, I know who that person is, and I'm glad to not be seeing them for a while. He's someone I shuffled off to Buffalo a long time ago. And someone's going to bring me luck. So that's not a bad way to start. You take 3 off the top and lay down the 4th one all the way across. Okay, now the way I usually read these is I pick up the first 5. And it shows I'm going to be angry about somebody borrowing money. So I'm not sure who that is. And I'm getting it's going to bring an unpleasant surprise. Someone's going to be sick. And it's a relative. Okay, there we go. Picking up the prescriptions. Yep. For my daughter. And she won't have the cash to pay me back right away. I can tell that by me being a bit angry. And then the borrowing money. Let's see, where are we? Okay. Here's the angry and borrowing money. Because it's not like I actually have the cash to be throwing it around. And then I take the last the last one from those 5 I picked up. I pick up that one. That's the relative. It's really hard to read backwards. A relative is gonna want me to sign papers for a dark girl. That would be my granddaughter. My car is in question. Yes, it is. I took it and got it repaired yesterday, only to find out that they hadn't actually fixed it. So now I've got to take it back on Monday because they didn't check their work. And then I've got an enemy somewhere. Who that would be, I have no idea. And that can turn out to be something pretty vague too. I have a lot of teenagers around here who like to steal cars and break into houses and things like that. And occasionally they try. They've been trying for over 15 years and they've never gotten into my house yet. So I'm sure that's what that is. That little enemy. Yeah, they are little enemies. They're usually under 20 years old. Okay, now that enemy is a fair young man. Okay, let me see. He's going to be in the company. There's going to be 3 of them coming. That's this queen and the jack. But this jack is also luck on my part. So they aren't going to get in. That's normal around here. Jane. Enemies around here aren't anything to hate. They're little kids who are bored, have nothing to do. So, they have to do something. So they come and pester you. And that's the way I see it. I don't get upset about them. They don't bother me that often. And they don't really do much damage. And one thing I do to these little rapscallions is I'll leave them a report card on their B&E skills. And they really don't like that. Yes, they're little gremlins. Hi, Harley. Yeah, they do get arrested later. Usually when they get a little bit older, they'll do something bigger, than trying to break into my house. See, because they never succeed here. They end up succeeding somewhere else, and that's when they go to jail. Okay. Now, what you do is you pick all those up after you've read them across. And you shuffle those. And then you take the 3 off of the top, like this, and you lay those down. Then you lay down the next 3. Then the next 3. The next 3. And then you have the immediate future. The immediate future is somebody's going to be sick, one of the grandkids. And I'm going to try and show you these. I'm going to get an if this isn't a rerun, okay, an unpleasant surprise from a relative about borrowing money. There's my daughter having to go pick up the prescription. She doesn't have the cash for them. I get annoyed. Then someone's going to ask me to sign papers for them. I usually don't. So I'd say I'm going to say no. It's a fair young boy. I don't know who that would be. Unless it's my great-grandson. He's the only fair-haired one. And then there's my granddaughter. My car is in question, and I'm going to be angry. Yeah, I'm annoyed that my car is in question, and I'll probably be talking to her about it this week. She'll call, and we'll have a chat about it. And then she'll tell me all of her disasters. And then the last 3 is someone's bringing me luck. It's going to be a fair married woman. And she's going to bring me luck with that little enemy, which is one of these little neighborhood ne'er-do-wells. See, this is how boring your reading your own cards can get, because you get to the point where you know everybody and what's going to happen without hardly reading your cards. But when you do your first full reading for someone, this is the immediate future. This is 3 months out, 6 months out, 9 months out, and a year. This will happen immediately. This will happen within 30 days, within 60 days, within 90 days, or 120 days, or 3, 6, 9, 12 months. It depends on the reading, and you'll figure that out as you read your cards for yourself over and over again. You will learn to pick up on, just by reading the cards, you'll be able to figure out what the timing is. It'll start telling you the timing. You'll intuitively pick it up. Hi, Jules. Well, I'm really glad to see you all out today. I didn't know if anybody would show up because I did it early. My weekend's so jam-packed. Okay, does anybody else have a question? Do you have any questions on how to read the cards, or? You're welcome. Okay. Can I look at the energy around you? I can look at the events around you or the situation, because that's the difference between the playing cards and, say, oracle cards or tarot cards. It's more of what is happening, what exactly is happening. So let me do a 5-card layout for you, Jane. Oh, it is for learning, Jane, but you learn by reading. I can show you all the details, but then you've got to do it over and over to get it to really run it home and give you a really good reading so you know exactly what you're seeing. That's how you do it. That's how you really learn to read the cards. I can show you a lot, but until we do a lot of readings. Okay, somebody's going to be drinking. There's going to be a minor quarrel, not a big fight, just a minor quarrel, because someone is jealous. That's the immediate energy around you, so to speak, or the immediate thing coming up. And Jules, don't hesitate to ask, because doing the readings is how we learn. So now I'm going to do 5 cards and see what's happening. You got a lot of people around you. Okay, everything is revolving around the center card, which is a married fair woman. The event's going to start with a dark boy, a dark complected boy, or a dark hair, and a married man, fair married woman. That's probably a couple that you know. Well, I laid out one too many cards. Here we go. You'll be in their company, and you're going to end up making a call because of it. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. You would know what's going on. You know these people. Yep. And you're going to get a call from them. Yeah, you're getting a call from them. You're going to be in their company. They're going to come over to your house, or you're going to go over to theirs. Oh, I'm glad, Jane, because this is how you learn the cards. This is exactly how, because it shows you the people, the events, what actually is going to happen. A phone call. Somebody's going to make a phone call to you. How many people call these days? If you get a call, it's usually something important anymore, other than me calling my daughter every morning to find out how things are going. But yeah, this is really how you get to learn to read the cards. Okay, let's see. I like the 3 cards in between selection of the read card. Reminds me of solitaire. Yeah, it kind of feels that way too. it especially feels that way if you read your cards every day. It really gets to feeling kind of like that. They live in my house. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it out loud. Just make sure they don't watch this show. Yep. But that's how detailed it gets, and that's why I love this particular style of reading, because it takes you down to the real details. Yeah, you kind of need to turn it down on those. I agree with you there. I hope I didn't let any cats out of the bag for you there, Jane. Like many of us, we have been playing with cards most of our lives. Yeah, we all have. And one thing I haven't said yet that I should point out, you don't want to play cards. You don't want to play solitaire with your reading cards. You keep your reading cards separate. Because I've found that if you play with them, like play solitaire with your reading cards, the next time you go to read them, they don't make any sense. And I don't know why that is. I just know that it has happened. Okay, I got a question here. Do you think that learning the playing cards helps as a foundation for tarot? Yeah, the two kind of go hand in hand. That's why I have a deck that's both tarot and playing cards. Yep. Okay. I like that, Jane. Fancy cat cards. Yeah, you need a bunch of regular decks. These are just a few more of my regular playing cards. I have a box of about 30. Okay, Harley, I'll read your energy. What's going on around Harley? Okay, you're going to be giving a gift to someone. It's going to be a pleasant surprise and an unpleasant surprise. That's kind of confusing. You give someone a gift. I guess to them it's a pleasant surprise, but for some reason it's an unpleasant surprise to you, which is kind of weird. Hi, Tabitha. Glad you could join us. Uh-oh. Now my chat's kind of going wonkers. Okay. Let me see. Not long ago, I was walking down the street and a card flew by. I didn't pick it up. It flew by again and landed on my feet this time. I picked it up this time. It was a red 7 of hearts. Tried to Google it. Oh, that's success. The 7 of hearts is success. Yes, in this method, the 7 of Hearts is success. So whatever you were thinking about doing or had going on, you're going to reach some success with it. That's what that message was. Okay, the central theme of what's going on around you is a child. Okay, you're going to be in someone's company and they're going to ask you to sign papers for a child. It's a dark-haired boy, and you've got news of this coming soon. Sorry. Yep. Okay. I'm having trouble learning how to do this backwards. Okay. This is the company. This is the signing of papers. The child. And he's a dark boy. And you're going to get news of it soon. And why do I say soon? I say soon because it's in a 5-card read. If it were a larger spread, I would say, maybe 3 months, 6 months, whatever. But this is going to be soon. Yeah. Harley, you really know what I mean by this is nuts and bolts, tells you exactly what's going to happen. That's how different this is from your oracle or your tarot cards. Yep. Okay, let me see what I've missed around here. Oh, hello, Fatima. Good to see you. Now, I love this. Thank you for answering. It was like a scene from a film or a book. Yeah, that's the way it feels. Okay, Harley, on the negative or positive, I really can't tell you on that end whether it's negative or positive, but I would say it's 50-50 at this point because I didn't get a specific card in there that would tell me either way. Okay. Can I have a reading? What do my guides want me to focus on in the coming months? Okay, Tabitha, these don't read quite like that. That's more of an oracle or a tarot reading. But I can tell you what's going on in the near future for you. Let me just give you an energy reading. And giving you a reading will give you a good idea. You'll get a feel for how these read. Don't let those pancakes burn, Harley. Okay, energy for Tabitha. What's going on? What's going on around Tabitha? Okay, you've got a fair married woman and a divorced woman. You're going to tell them a little white lie about something. I get the feeling that both of them want something that you really can't give. Bye, Gerald. So let's see if I can get any more ideas on what that is. You probably know, but I don't. Okay. We've got someone going out of town. They need to see a doctor. It's going to be around water. So doctor's office around water. It's going to be a lake or a river nearby. They're going to want to borrow money for this. And there's a tiny legal matter to deal with to go along with that. So what that tiny legal matter is, I don't know. It's probably to do with straightening out some contractual issues. But we all have those from time to time. I don't see anything bad about it. It's not, there's nothing explosive around it, so to speak, or nothing, and no cards that would lead me to think it's anything bad. But that's what we've got for you, is that someone's going out of town to see a doctor. The doctor's office is going to be around water. They're going to want to borrow money for, and they're going to want to borrow money for a legal issue. Bye, Andrea. Glad you saved your pancakes. Okay, Tabitha, I hope that helped. And I hope it, what I really hope it gave you was an idea of what the cards will give you, what they can do for you, because it's a bit different from the Oracle and Tarot cards. But I do like the Tarot card and playing card together. I'll show you a deck I have, because a lot of times the pictures from the Tarot cards will give you a little bit more information. Yes, that began on Thursday. Can't help with the finances, but can with advocacy. Love it, Tabitha. Now you know what the readings are like. See, here's the legal card. That's the picture from the tarot. And that's the playing card. That's what I like about the two together. And you can also, the playing cards also relate to the Normand and the Kipper. And you can combine these decks, or you can combine the reading styles and get even more detailed information. But the really what I call the gnat's ass details come from these. The tarot adds a little nuance to the reading. I'm glad, Tabitha. I'm glad that's helpful for you, because that's why I like these. They help you through your everyday things. They don't just tell you, oh, you've got a tarot card. They say, you could be in a car accident. If you get the accident and the car in question card together, that's a car accident. So it can really give you an idea of what's coming, other than there's a Tower card and you don't know what's coming at you. They tell you exactly what's coming at you. And they do with the good things too. Yep. Okay, well, I guess I've been on here long enough. I got another meeting to get ready for. But thank you all for coming, and I've really enjoyed this. You all made this so much fun today. Thank you for coming. And boy, talk about best chatters. I'm going to steal that from Gerald. I've got the best chatters here. This was a lot of fun, and we made a lot of progress today. I know that we made a lot of progress today. So thank you all for coming, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye-bye.